This is a sumo wrestler. This is an athlete. Now, why do they look different? That is because their occupation demands a different body structure. A wrestler is supposed to wrestle and overpower his opponent. For that, he requires a lot of power and a lot of body mass. But the athlete needs to be fit and very agile. So that is why he has a lean and a muscular body. So similarly, we have a lot of cells in our body that perform different functions. And the functions that the cells perform determine the cell shape. So according to the function, the cell shape changes. So the cell shape of plants and animals are variable. Cell shape is variable. See, these are animal cells. They look very different structurally. These two are plant cells. Even they have different shapes. So the function determines the shape of the cell. Now let us see a few examples. White blood cells that are present in our blood, they have a very protective function. They engulf any foreign object, and that is how they protect our body. So for that, white blood cells need to be very flexible so that they can reach the most inaccessible of places in the body. So see, for that, the white blood cells do not have a particular shape. They constantly change their shape till they engulf the foreign object. And after engulfing, this foreign object gets destroyed and our body gets protected. Now, our brain cells. Our brain cells need to conduct or transport impulses and messages to the rest of our body very quickly. For that, they need to be long and branched so that they can carry these impulses from the brain to the portion of the body where it is required very quickly. So see, brain cells are hence long and filamentous and branched so that these impulses can be carried from the brains to the other portions of the body very quickly. You and me, we respire through our nose. Now, trees do not have a nose, but even they need respiration. So, they have specialized structures in their body known as the guard cells. Now, these guard cells have a kidney bean shaped. See, they have a kidney bean shaped like this, which facilitates the formation of this pore-like structure. And through this pore, the gaseous exchange takes place in the plants. See, these are the guard cells that are present in the plants. They have a kidney bean structure which opens and closes and forms these openings through which gaseous exchange takes place. Now, leaves require water for photosynthesis. Now, how does the leaf get this water which is getting absorbed by the roots? Well, this is happening because of the presence of these pipe-like conducting cells. See, these are the pipe-like conducting cells which transport water from the roots upwards to the leaves. This is how it happens. These are the pipe-like cells present in the trees. These pipe-like cells conduct water from the roots upwards to the leaves so that they can carry out photosynthesis. Not only this, some unicellular organisms change their cell shape to live. See, this unicellular organism known as amoeba change their shape continuously to engulf food particles from outside And this is their way of sustaining themselves. So cell shape helps these unicellular organisms to live. So we have a lot of cells in our body, and these cells are performing different functions for us. And that is why they have different cell shapes. See, all of these are animal cells, but all of these have different cell shape. This shape of the cell is not similar to this shape. So, the function of the cell determines the cell shape. The red blood cells that are present in our blood, they carry oxygen for us. So this biconcave shape of the red blood cell, see, red blood cells are biconcave in nature. This biconcave shape of the red blood cells will remain the same throughout all organisms, be it the sumo wrestler or the athlete or an animal. The number of these cells can increase or decrease or can remain dissimilar between two people. The sumo wrestler can have more number of red blood cells in his body, or the wrestler can have less number of red blood cells in his body, but this biconcave shape will remain the same throughout both these people. So the cell shape is not dependent on the size or the shape of the organism. Now, this is the common egg that we have for breakfast every morning. This is the hen's egg. Now, I will show you the world's largest egg, which is laid by ostrich. This is an ostrich's egg, which is the largest egg that is found on earth. Now, you want to see a small egg? Well, these are the tiny eggs that are laid by this tiny ant. Now, eggs have a common function. Now, notice that eggs, all these three eggs, be it the hen's egg, or the ostrich's egg, or the ant's egg, they all have a common structure or a common shape. See, all of them are oval in shape. So from here, it is clear that since all these three eggs are performing a common function or a similar function, that is why the cell shape remains the same in all these three organisms.